Right, I'm going to play a game of rapid chess. It's my first chess of the day, this. 1997, good luck. So we have played before. 2,600 games for my opponent in rapid, and I'm on 300 and... Well, I'm on nearly 380 now. 380, actually, this will be the 380th. How do we want to do this? I'm going to go g3 as well. Just for variety, it's not what I'd normally play in this setup, so just for variety's sake. Normally I would do something kind of bog standard, get the bishop up and then get castled. It'll probably transpose into that, but let's see. It's whether I want to get my bishop up and try and trade. I'll go c4 or knight up or e3 first. Which I'm going to play rook across first, just preparing the potential push. And see how my opponent deals with the centre. Yeah, knight comes in. So I do have the option for knight up either way, or just c4 straight away, and he'll push one of his pawns. I think I'm going to play knight up. So if anything, just for a little bit of variety, not quite the line I normally play. But we do have potentially an early e4, depends what my opponent does here. Okay, so he does play bishop down, so maybe knight across might be a move. Then bishop down, knight over bishop down, h3, a little bit risky. The bishop will go back, then e4. That feels playable to me, actually. I'm going to go across, hit the bishop, then h3. It does give him a target. Obviously, once I go forward, I can't reverse gear, which it would be nice some games. Oh, he's just gone straight back. Okay, so now maybe e4 then. Take, and I guess he's got bishop d5. Oh, maybe I can go c4 now. If you take, I crash through here, right? Yeah, I'm going to go c4 rather than e4. Just because if you take, I can take this pawn. Right, now I'm going to take, and then maybe c3 just to try and solidify. Or do I do the same thing again, actually? c4 again. I've got the same situation, haven't I? If he takes, I can take the pawn. So maybe I just do e3 and try and solidify, not blunder this pawn. So now I do have the option to take here, up. Actually, where does this bishop go? He might have to step forward, then pawn up, but I'll lose my rook. The pawn is under attack. So I'm just going to go e3 for now and solidify here. He could take now. I don't really want to take the knight. But I do have pawn up, I think, again, at the risk of losing my rook. So maybe rook across first. Take, rook over, and I'm threatening a pawn push. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Okay, I've really got to decide to take now, I think, don't I? Yeah, I don't think I can leave that. So it's whether I do a move like this. If he goes back, I can push on again. Maybe you've got rook across. So I assume I want to move like rook over here. I'm going to play rook across. Oh, I might be actually blundering a pawn there because he's kind of covered, isn't he? If he takes rook up, he can just maybe just simply go back. But he does take here. Yeah, I'm getting, what, 2 minutes gone for both of us. So it's amazing where the time goes. Now, that's a very natural move. Say knight back. Pawn up. It's just begging for black to strike out. I don't think I've got many choices though. I could take and take back here. I think I'm going to do that. So pre-moved in case he takes a queen. Then we are pressuring this pawn whilst he still needs to capture this one back. So he might just simply take the pawn back here. He might do, but we are pressuring this one, threatening a queen trade. I'll pre-move in case he captures. And then of course my knight on g2 isn't doing a great deal there, so I want to try and get that into the game. Okay, we'll level on the clock there, quarter of our time gone. It's amazing where the time goes, even when you've got 10 minutes on the clock. Yeah, so he has gone there, so if I take, can't I just grab a pawn? I think I can, so I'm going to do it. I still need a complete development though. So I thought I could just shuffle a rook across here. Maybe I can come back over. But he has got knight down here, a bit annoying. If I go here, it guards the bishop. So if he comes here, I can jump onto a light square. I mean, either light square. If he goes something like this, I can maybe drop all the way back. Oh, he's offered the trade. Okay. So I think I need to do that and then get my bishop up. So knight in. I think rook across is okay. I think. But this knight's not really doing anything. He needs to get into the game. So let's hit the knight. Knight down I can trade, I think, and then try and get my knight forward. So he's got this annoyance now. And he's got rook down coming in. I can't go there because I would blunder my bishop, so I think I have to play knight up. And maybe even rook back. But check, I go up here and I attack the knight. Rook down is a bit irritating. Pawn is loose, but actually I'd have a check, wouldn't I? I've got a very strong check if his rook wanders off right now. Oh, apologies, I just banged the microphone with the cup there. Yeah, if his rook comes forward, I've got this. So he's offering that trade first. So take, king takes. Then I've got a slight problem here. So maybe king up, rook down, check, king up. My pawn is loose. But I'm not particularly seeing any good way to avoid the trade. So I'm going to take. So I've got to move here to stop the knight check. Down. Maybe I can attack the knight and then come across. And he doesn't have knight forward. He has knight here though, doesn't he? So maybe just the rook up straight away. Here, here. Yeah, I think rook up immediately is better. If you go here, I'm still attacking the knight. He does have a check though, a bit irritating. But then I can come back next to the knight. Rook down, king steps up. I think. If he goes here, I think I can attack the knight. I'm just trying to take the pressure off the f-pawn. While still having this move in reserve to guard my pawn whilst attacking the black pawn. So he's done that. So I'm going to step up. Now, step back. Okay, he's gone across. I really want to come over here and attack the pawn, but is this better? And if he goes here, knight across, or knight back to try this. So here, it gives him a choice, doesn't it? Man, here he can just run his pawn down. I'm going to go here just so he can't run the pawn down. And then it's a case of what do I do with my knight? Excuse me. Right, so I can go here and attack the rook. So you've got two squares you can really go on. Knight here hits the rook and the pawn. So if you're here, knight here anywhere. King up, check, and back. But I'm not gaining a lot. But I think it's a safe square though. I'm going to go there. I don't think I can do this, but... Maybe chuck one of the pawns up. We're both about half of our time gone now. So I'm looking at pawn up. Rook check, king up, knight check. Actually, what about the other pawn? Let's push this one, so I've got the option to do this should we get check and check. Okay. I'm going to push this as well and try and run my king around now. Yeah, I'm a minute down on the clock nearly now. I'm going a little bit slow. Man, you tend to do that when you're recording games, so it's always a bit distracting. I could try this, I suppose, but I don't see I'm trapping the knight. There's not a lot of squares to go to, but oh, he's offered the trade. Surely he wants to collect here, but take here. It's an outside pawn, isn't it? But is he going to get two? No, I think it's got to be right to trade. It's whether I try and guard these pawns or grab. He takes here, up. My instincts are to protect here. I've got an extra pawn. And I'm still pressuring this one. And I'm going to try and get my king up. Surely he has to guard the pawn now. I think he does. Yeah, he has done. So I think I need to get my king up. So I'm going to make sure I can. And try and push forward here. Right, now I've got a nice square. Whilst keeping my pawns guarded. Okay, just step up and then try and push these forward. I don't want to get my rook completely boxed in though. But here. Or even maybe push here. What does he do? Here. Takes. Yeah, I might have missed h5 there. We might still have it. It depends what he does. But h5 could be a strong move. But it runs the risk of giving him an outside pawn, doesn't it? If I take, he takes. He can potentially push this way. So maybe f5. Yeah. Oh, he's come up, so he's inviting this now. Okay, let's do that. Can I do this though? Or do I do this? Okay, he has gone back. So I'm wondering if I do this immediately or this. If he comes forward, I just take. So I'm assuming I can do this to do this. If he checks, I step up, and then he's still got this to guard. But it's going to be hard to do this and then avoid endless checks. But he's surely got to go back. Oh, he's given up that pawn. Oh, this has got to be right to take and just run this up now. It might be a theoretical draw, but he's going to be defending now. It might be just a draw. It might be just simply a case of shuffling here. Because obviously there's nothing else I can do other than push the pawn up. It's whether I can eventually run my king, but he has to shuffle somehow. He can just maybe do this. Yeah, now he can do this, because if I go across, he's still taking and guarding his pawn, isn't he? So here... There's nothing here, is there? If I do this, you check, I step back, you can take... No, it's just a draw. I think it's a draw. I don't think I can make progress here. But can I run my king now? I'm going to try and run my king, I think. Because he can never play rook takes whilst there's a check possible, because I just queen. So I'm going to try and run my king somehow up. Don't know where yet, but that's what I'm aiming for. So I assume I go forward here, because if he ever comes across, I simply check and queen. But how do I do this and avoid him coming here and endless checks? There might be a way, but I don't see it. I think he just drops back and he does endless checks. Yeah, I think you just come down and you just keep checking forever. So it probably is a draw. Because obviously my king needs to be next to the pawn for the rook to move. So I assume you just drop down and just check my king whenever I'm next to my pawn. And obviously I can't go here and release the rook at the same time. I wonder if he's trying to work out if he can afford to take both pawns and let me queen. Oh, he has. So he's actually gone for it. Wow. Okay, I've got to do it then. Let's check. Once he goes here, he's safe, isn't he? Come over. I can always try and guard the pawn somewhere. I want to be next to this pawn. I'm not sure I can make this work. So he might have that mini fortress now. Let's try and guard the pawn whilst bringing the king up. But again, he might be able to just keep checking me. I could do with the queen here, couldn't I? So he doesn't have a check if I get here. Then try and somehow win the pawn. Okay, let's check and go here. Now my king can step up and there's no check. So can I get some sort of check, check and check? That's what I'm looking at. But even then, when he's here, there's no breakthrough, is there? Ah, maybe I've got check here, back. But no, there's still no breakthrough. I think he's got a fortress. I think he has, or here. Can I check here? Here. He goes there. There's no way to deliver mate. I can repeat, but I can't deliver checkmate. Unless I can take, rook takes, king takes, and it's a winning game. Okay, just drop back. Oh, now he's got the check. Oh, he moved quickly there, mind. He did move quick there. So now I can check here and come round. What I'm determining here is, can I take here? Take, take, take. You have to go here, take. You have to go here. And that's winning, isn't it? I think that's a win. I go here, here, up, here, up. Yeah, that's winning. I certainly can't lose it, but I think this is winning. I've got the opposition, so I think it's winning. That's a really good finish, isn't it? That's an excellent win.